down in Langley, late at night. Smart old guys, they play it right. Captain Fun Bobby leads the charge. Silky mitts, Johnny gunshots coming large. Buddy in the slide, all the Chris's in a row. Nighthawks battle, it's a 2-1 show. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, no! Every day's Lloyd's birthday here. Whoppers and Fresca raise a cheer. Don't forget a shower beer. Check Pap's beard for lost gear. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, yo! Langley Twin Rinks, empty seats. Chili and buns, Christmas eats. A Chargers hat for tailgate. Nachos for the lady bing. Jackals, Jackals, rock and roll train. Jackals, Jackals, you can't stop the rain. Jackals!
We are back for the final edition of Jackals TV of 2025, and hopefully, and should be, the final time the Jackals will have to play in this D1 division, as they have been promised to be moved down to the lower division following the Christmas break. Today they have one last game. It'll be against the Great Gazoos, a team they played just 2 weeks ago and lost 4-3. And in a rare occurrence, the Jackals will actually have every player on the roster here today for this game. 9 full forwards, 6 defense, and Trevor in net. So a very rare occurrence, but here we have it. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that Chris Duar typically buys the beer cooler after the last game prior to Christmas. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. So let's not delay any longer. Let's try to get to the Christmas break and head to the first period. Apologies for the shaky cam here today. Live barn wasn't great, but we are going to start this one off with a rush by the Gazoos, passing it to the player here in the middle, walks in, and Trevor turns that one aside, deflecting it behind the net. Here's a point shot by the Gazoos that finds its way through Lloyd, but not through Trevor as he deflects that up over the glass. Here's a puck down low behind the Jackals net. It's going to get put up the wall and then pushed down below the net, and that player quickly gives it back to that player who throws it on net. Trevor comes across, makes a save, but the puck deflects off Trevor and right into John's mouth. And you can see he feels that there is a bit of a blood dripping from his lip, and he's going to have to exit the playing surface to have that taken care of. He was ultimately able to return to the game. He just maybe will have trouble enjoying his Christmas dinner this year with a cut-up lip. Here's a big slap shot by the Gazoos that Trevor does well again to deflect over the net. This one's all Gazoos here in the first period. Here's another play. They throw that towards the net. It's tipped on net. Trevor makes the initial save there, and then that player throws it out front, and as that player's falling, it gets shoveled to the guy in front of the net, who then chips it up over Trevor's glove, and the Gazoos have the lead in this game, 1-0. We're going to finally see a little offense from the Jackals. Here's a puck that gets put up to Chris Marshall. He goes hard down the left side, throws it in the middle. Rob deflects it and goes right through to Darwin on the right side, who shovels it towards the net, but the goalie had come across to make the save. Here come the Gazoos again on the attack, trying to get wide around Darryl. He does well to hold him off, but the player still comes out front and then is jamming at it after it's covered up. And Darryl takes exception to that, sends the player down on his back, stands over him, warns him about what further occurrences of that action will result in. Referee is going to come in and send Darryl off to the box. 2 minutes well earned on that play. Unfortunately, the Gazoos are going to take advantage of this power play, though. They're going to work this around. It gets tipped wide, and then the player picks it up and slides it past on the short side from a bad angle. Power play goal by the Gazoos, and they're up by 2. Gazoos coming down the left side this time. Again, it's on Darryl. And Darryl's going to engage with that player, who then grabs onto Darryl's stick and then takes a tumbling dive downwards, trying to draw a penalty, but the referee sees it for what it is, a holding the stick penalty on the Gazoos. So excellent there that the referee caught that, and it's also going to be a theme going forward in this game with the Gazoos diving all over the ice. So on the power play, time winding down, Aaron has it. He's going to throw it over on the back end right in front to Darwin, who gets another crack at it from the right side, but again, the goalie has his number. Play continue, time winding down. Aaron picks this up, slides it over to Chris, who puts it back to Aaron, who throws it on net, looking 5-hole. Goalie close that up, so we go to the second period, still 2-0 Gazoos. And having killed their penalty, they're on the rush, and they're going to make a neat little pass to the middle here for a one-time slap shot, but Trevor flashes the leather and keeps it out. The Gazoos continue the onslaught. There's a chance in front that gets turned aside. Eventually, though, the puck is going to end up to number 2 on the point here, and he fumbles it and then moves it right to this player who's all alone on the side. No help for Trevor, but he stands his ground and directs that save wide. Jackals are trying to get some shots through here. That play, though, is fanned on by David, and then it's a breakaway down the other way. Gazoo player in all alone, but he can't beat Trevor. So the Jackals are hanging around in this one. Here's a little pass up to Gary, who's going to rush hard down the right side, cut to the middle. He's got his shooting lane, so he whips it on net, back against the grain, but a kick save from the Gazoos goaltender. Play is still in the Gazoo zone. Watch Darwin coming in from the point. He's racing straight through the middle of the net, and he catches the back foot of the Gazoo player in front and maybe inadvertently slew foots him, and he appeals to the referee for a call, doesn't get one though, and then the play is down at the other end, and there's Darwin reaching in, trying to disrupt a breakaway, and this time he's going to get called there. Should probably be a penalty shot in actuality, and I think the Jackals would probably prefer that over having to kill a 2-minute penalty. Well, other than Trevor, of course, but it is still a power play for the Gazoos, and here they are coming straight down the middle through 2 Jackals, in again for another breakaway, but yet another save on the breakaway from Trevor. Here's Bob. He's going to come out and chip that puck past a pinching Gazoo, still shorthanded. He's going to come down the right side with it, try to stop up, bobble it a bit, but he's going to get it back, shovel it over to Aaron, who's going to curl with it. He's got Bob going towards the net, so he takes the big slap shot. It hits the goaltender and it bounces way up in the air, lands down on the ice, and Jer from behind the net taps it off the goalie and into the net, and the Jackals have themselves a shorthanded goal here to cut the lead in half. You see off Aaron's shot, the puck pops way up in the air, up past the rafters. Luckily doesn't touch it, so it stays live, and Jer comes in to bounce that off the goaltender and in. The Zoos are now looking to restore their lead, have the puck in the Jackals zone. It's going to eventually end up here along the wall. Chris is going to come across, Chris Stuhar. He's not moving very fast. He's not really leaning very hard on that player, but he goes down into the wall. That maybe was a bit of a dive. Either way, though, it's going to go to the box and make this a 5-on-3 in favor of the Gazoos, which quickly became this 5-on-4 that we're witnessing now, and multiple opportunities here from the Gazoos as the puck is back and forth and swatted around, and Trevor is sliding back and forth and continuing to make saves to keep the Jackals in this one. And he's going to have to make another one as the power play continues. This player comes down the left side, and he's got free access to skate right in front, tries to slide it through on the back end, but Trevor calmly stays with it. Here's another rush on the power play that's a 2-on-1, and Bob's just going to get a stick on that one at the last second to disrupt the pass across, and then it's going to bounce out to this player in front. He's going to get another stick on that one to launch it up over the netting and save the Jackals as they go to the third period, still down by 1. And it seems the Jackals may have stumbled upon a strange strategy here. Just give up breakaways, because Trevor is nails on these things. And here's another one, and again they try to go to the backhand, and again another big save from Trevor. It's still 2-1. So the Gazoos are going to resort to their own strategy. Watch this player backing towards the front of the net, and as soon as he touches David, he just makes a flailing backwards fall, and that's going to be enough to trick the referee into giving David a penalty. And then as he falls again awkwardly in front, at least this time David lands on top of him and makes him feel a little bit of this penalty at least. And while the Jackals do kill that, the Gazoos go back to work, taking a tumble along the wall as Darwin was there to check him. So it's going to be a tripping penalty to Darwin. Penalty parade continues, the assisted penalty parade. So Gazoos again here on the power play, passing that puck up front. It gets chopped towards the net, and then it goes behind the net, and then a quick pass up front and a nice save there from Trevor. So if the 5-on-4 isn't working, the Gazoos are going to try for a 5-on-3. Here, this player in the corner, as soon as Daryl gets anywhere near him, he's taking a tumble down along the wall again. And then watch the player reach out and try to hook him and trip him up there, and Daryl turns around to give him a few stern words, I'm sure. Here's an ill-advised deke attempt at the blue line by Bob that gets turned over, and as the puck comes down the other way, you see Chris Marshall come in and lay a slash across the arms of that Gazoo player. No need to dive there. That's going to be a legitimate slashing penalty that sends Chris to the box for 4 minutes. But it's going to be the Jackals who get the first scoring chance on this power play as the puck gets put down deep into the Gazoo zone. Here comes Chris Weeger, and he's going to intercept that, and instead of taking the shot there as he was bumbling a bit, he tried to put it over to John, who then put it back to Chris, but those players are not in sync. So Gazoos coming down the other way. There's a shot on net. Player puts the puck around the wall to this player on the half wall who's going to walk to the middle. See that player coming in off the other half wall, who then has a free lane to the net, makes a backhand move and puts the puck through the 5-hole. And the Gazoos finally have some insurance in this game. It's 3-1. Gazoos are looking for more insurance though. This player weaving his way down the ice in on the right side, but that chance is close enough to a breakaway that Trevor is definitely going to make the save. Now we see Darwin carrying the puck through the neutral zone, or at least trying to, and as he gets checked there, he pulls his stick up and around the player and catches him with a high stick along the way. Play is going to continue for over a minute as the Gazoos have the goalie pulled and are working the puck around, looking for an opportunity. There's a slap shot that's tipped or in front, or at least it was saved by Trevor, and the rebound's there for that Gazoo player in front to shovel past him. So that's going to negate the penalty, although it was supposed to be a double minor. It was only supposed to negate one of the penalties. The referees are going to confer at center, decide to just allow both of them to go, considering what the score of this game is here. And it's going to turn out that another power play wasn't even required, as this puck's going to get shoveled out front to another player that's again all alone in front. But never mind the goal. You see Rob reacting to the hook that he received as he was taking that puck in behind the net that caused the turnover that created that goal. And the players are going to come together and face some pushing and some shoving and some exchanges of season's greetings. And I'm sure David is saying, what can I do to put you in a new Tacoma today, as the players eventually disperse and we're going to continue the game. And the Gazoos are going to continue to attempt to help the Jackals with their division management as Gary's strangely carrying this one in front of the net, and it's going to get turned over, and that player's going to slide it home, but the referee is going to deem, nope, no more goals for you, Great Gazoos. That's not going to count because the net was off. But it doesn't matter. The game is now over. It's a 5-1 victory for the Gazoos. So the Jackals will be happy to be done with this division. Let's have a look at the stats for this game. Just the one goal there to report. Trevor facing 37 shots, and the Jackals only generating 14 of their own, so that will be further evidence for why they should be moving to a different division. We'll have a look at what the overall stats look like now here at the break. Some relatively low numbers, of course, given the elevated level of competition that the Jackals have been facing, so we expect to see these numbers explode in the second half. So we'll take one last look at this division standings. We can, of course, see the Jackals there at the bottom with a 181 winning percentage, well below every other team in this division. So they will be off to face some different competition in the new year, and we'll be happy to see it, and these will hopefully be better highlight packages to view in the new year. We'll see you then, folks. Have a good holiday.